I have a story to share. Now, I wasn't directly affiliated with this, but this was a story that somebody told me many years ago in New York that happened. There was a guy that went around renting storage units, many of them. Most of them he put probably just the first 3 months, the security, the first month, maybe some of them just 1 month. I don't know the exact thing, but he put the bare minimum down to rent these massive warehouse size storage units. Well, that was the start. Then he went and collected and charged for it and collected old tires. Now, old tires take a little extra to get rid of. So this guy undercut everybody and went around probably the greater part of New York City collecting tires, filling all of these rented warehouses. Come to find out what he did after that, he skipped town. He collected all this money, made a killing by filling and stuffing these places full of tires, leaving the problem dumped on the owner's shoulders. So they got screwed out of their money, and then they had to go pay God only knows what to get this tire situation fixed. And at that point, the guy was totally gone. It was brazen and harmful. And he didn't care. This guy did this repeatedly. Now, I don't know if he ever got caught. I don't know if he went on to do other, falling off the truck sales and kinds of things like that. If you know, you know. But it was really dishonest. There's a little bit of that happening in other areas of business these days. Now, this story is not going to be as brazen as that, but I just got off the phone not that long ago with a lender, not actually a lender, a bot saying they're a lender, saying that I just applied for a loan, which I didn't. I'm not looking for a home loan. However, that is one of these ways to, get to the decision maker and be a little bit dishonest to keep being persistent. Automation in systems can be used intentionally to defraud people. But here's the thing, not all automation is intended to be dishonest or as bold as the rotten tire guy. I don't know what you want to call it, but a lot of people are just drifting with their automations. Some tend to use automations to scale. And if you're scaling a lie, maybe not extreme as tire guy, but it's still the same impulse. Now, automation, you can get creative about reaching people, but build in ethics because repeat business matters far more than a quick win. I'm Amy. I'm a creative strategist, producer, and an AI generalist. I help businesses think through their operations and how to use AI tools strategically in creative marketing. Let's get back to automation. What is automation exactly? Automation is using tools and software to handle tasks that repeat over and over so you don't have to manually do them every single time. Instead of sifting through 50 emails one by one, you can set up a system that will send them automatically based on triggers. Instead of manually scheduling posts, a tool does it for you. For people already using tools like Zapier, Make, or email platforms, automation is about connecting your systems so data flows between them without manual handoffs. It's about reducing friction at human error at scale. Automation should save time so that you can focus on strategy and relationships. Automation should nurture your customers thoughtfully. It should maintain your brand voice, and it should actually serve the person on the receiving end, not just your bottom line. A lot of automation right now is kind of that set it and forget it, but we're not Ron Popeil. People think that automation is just going to solve everything, but they don't always maintain it or refine it. And they don't think about how it lands on the other side. I'm going to bring up a few levels of automation intention. There's the creative gatekeeper, right? Some people are using automation just to get past the gatekeepers. They're trying to reach decision makers. And yeah, they might stretch the truth a little to get through, like the phone calls I continue to get about the loan that I did not apply for. It's annoying. It's kind of a waste of time, but the intention is not to harm. They just want to scale. So they have bots calling en masse, multiple people, hoping they'll get through to somebody. So the problem is that kind of automation trains people to ignore you. There's the deceptive spam operation. Just like I am ignoring all of these calls that have anything to do with a loan that I did not apply for. They're lying on purpose because statistically, some people will bite. It's kind of like casting a wide net out. Eventually, you'll get a few. However, they're still using automation in a dishonest way. So, even though the intent is not to harm, the dishonesty at volume, it poisons trust and it trains people to report you to spam. I actually found that little button on my phone and hit report and delete because I had so many. Never a person, just automated and an automated AI bot. Very annoying. A lot of times I've ignored things like that, but when it's too much, and this was getting to be too much, I think one day I had like 5 phone calls within a few hours' time. That's automation gone wild. So let's step it up. Let's bring it back to the storage unit guy with calculated fraud. No, I'm not saying automation is fraud. And that was a very extreme story to talk about something premeditated, systemic, and where automation was used as a weapon from this guy. He was on this automatic track of a loophole he probably found. It was criminal. It was definitely harmful, but that'll bring us back to ethics. And I think that ethics tend to get lost sometimes. And now with automation, so common and able to do so many things like AI agents, people are picking up to do as many tasks as possible. It's good when it works. It's good when it saves you time. It's great when it saves you time, actually, and you don't have to sift through so many things like your email. It'll give you a summary of what the key important things are for your day, for your inbox. Those are very beneficial and very helpful. When it's something that affects your business though in a negative way, you really ought to look at that. Now, I'm not saying that automation is um, like the tire guy. That was just a wild story. So now what I am saying is that automation without ethics involved, well, businesses need to decide where are you drifting towards? Because ultimately repeat business still is important and you do want happy customers and happy clients, right? I see a lot of automation gaps, especially in service industries. Front end automation tends to be clunky sometimes if not set up right. There's scheduling that falls through the cracks. People get lost, details get confused or mixed up. But here's the bigger problem. A lot of them do have great front end where it's something like, say, a delivery, right? I got a dishwasher. I had, I want to say, 3 of reminders, which was perfect. I had one the day before, I had one the morning of, I had another one when the driver was getting close. Awesome. worked out great for my delivery. Well, my delivery installer, quite honestly, was awesome. He fixed a problem that I had under my sink when he installed the dishwasher. I'm excited about that. I actually wanted to go and give this guy a review. I never got the automation. I was supposed to have the follow up. And I even promised him, yes, I am going to give you a fantastic review because thank you. You not only installed my dishwasher wonderfully, you fixed the problem under my sink. Super happy about it. I never got the automation. I even looked in my email. I didn't get it in a text. I didn't get it in my email. Nothing. Automation. Ball dropped right there. That's a common thing that I've seen in businesses that I talk to, not just ones that I actually went and had to go buy a new dishwasher. Yes, I finally got rid of that Samsung, if you've been following along with that story. KitchenAid is working really well. So when automation ends the moment that the business happens or the delivery happens or the transaction is done and you're not following up or nurturing, hey, I wanted to give that guy a glowing report. That installer went above and beyond. He operated in a way that I do business and that I would hope that I continue to do business with others that same way. And I did not get to give him the accolades that I really wanted to. So that's that's a problem. You're not nurturing the business that would keep coming back. I would definitely use that delivery company again, that install company again, and I still have more appliances to replace. Hopefully, I get them again. So, if you're not nurturing that business, you're just moving on to the next customer, and you could be losing out on repeat business. That's important. Another automation that I just recently experienced, and I'm sure many people are getting all kinds of automations and AI calls and different bots. There's been automation and AI and bots for a few years now, especially in things, some things like real estate, lending, other areas. What I just recently experienced was actually an AI recruiting company. It scraped my resume from somewhere that's been online, and they sent me this automated pitch, but it stood out. It was something that I entertained. So I set up the bot call. Here's the thing though. The bot, when it called me, was talking about a different position. When it emailed me something else. When it first reached out, there was something different that I entertained for a bit, and I was curious. The email did not match the conversation. The text did not match the conversation. The initial reach out did not match. The whole thing pretty much fell apart. Now I questioned the bot because I said, are you talking about A, B, or C? Because I can't ask questions if you're not clear. And the bot just passed the buck to the human that might call. The whole thing fell apart. The automation was doing the heavy lifting, but no human oversight. And it was just a company farming from another company that my resume sat at from a couple years ago. So there's another fall apart. Then let's go to automation because people can smell that generic from a mile away. Automated comments, bot responses, DMs that just keep repeating. It starts to erode trust and instantly, actually, because it doesn't feel like anyone's on the other end actually listening to what you said or holding a conversation with you. So, a lot of businesses don't realize that automation is not set it and forget it. Let's just leave that to Ron Popeil. It needs to be maintained, it needs refinement, it needs a custom touch, it needs strategy built in front from the start. It needs strategy. It needs a strategic cadence that's built in from the start that matches your clients, your customer base, your audience. If you don't have that, how often do you want to reach out? There's some things like sales emails. Those are in my inbox each and every day. Am I annoyed with it? No, because every now and then there's going to be one of those sellers that I actually want that new product, that new line, that new shirt, the new yoga pants, whatever it may be. Otherwise, my email filters it out for me. It's not annoying because I like the product. I like the company. I like what they have to sell. Now, if you're not e-commerce and say you're still getting emails from the real estate agent that you bought a house with 5 years ago, some people do like it and can adjust with their realtor. You know what? I still want to see. I really love the neighborhood I bought my house in, and I still want to keep at seeing what else comes on the market. For the analytical mind, they may like it because they go, "Oh, that house came on the market. I still bought the gem. Oh, that new one came on for this price. I still got a great deal." Where on the flip side of that, you'll have other people, "Look, I'm bombarded. I don't want to see any more. Take me off. Turn it off. Your AI, sending me all the properties is too much. I'm good." You have to listen. You have to find out. You still need human involvement in your automations. So, again, it's not just here, I found the easy way and it's done. There's still work involved, there's still maintaining involved. You're not just gonna, go have this gorgeous Ducati and not keep it maintained. Otherwise, you're gonna have a dusty bike sitting in your garage that's just this gorgeous piece of Italian machinery, not going anywhere. True story. Not gonna say whose. You can end up automating yourself right out of a relationship with clients and customers that you could have been working with and had repeat business and had referrals. So, maintenance isn't just about fixing broken code. It's about regularly asking, is this still working? Is this landing the way that I intended? Am I annoying people or am I actually serving a purpose for them? And does my automation actually fit my business and my business strategy? So here's the thing, automation is not one size fits all. What works perfectly for a real estate agent or a clothing store may not land the same way that a service industry would. I mean, I don't want to keep hearing about my dishwasher. I just wanted that one automated message about the installer so I could give the accolades and keep that company on file for the next appliances that I get because I would love to have them deliver again. So some automated follow ups don't want to continue forever. Some people do want to be left alone. Your business really has to decide what it needs and what your customer needs. Just like what works for one social media platform does not work for another, and what works for one person does not work for another. That's what I do as a creative strategist. I help businesses think through their operations. I help businesses think through their operations and their strategies so that automation becomes an asset, not a liability. It's not always about having the fanciest tools or the next new AI, problem solver. It's not always going to solve your problem. It's about having the strategy behind it and maintaining. So before you set up another automation, ask yourself, am I doing this to serve a customer or am I just trying to get a quick win? Because the businesses that will win long term are the ones that automate ethically. They're going to maintain what they build, and they're going to be the ones that actually think about how it lands on the other side and care about it. That's the whole thing. Automation is a tool, it amplifies whatever is behind it. So make sure your intention is solid and don't be like the tire guy and dump things on someone else. That was pretty crappy, right? Don't be that guy. So don't go just automate things to save your own self or to boost your own needs and get somewhere by stepping on other people and literally dumping trash on other people and taking advantage. Don't ever be that guy. That guy, he sucks. Let's just say that. I don't know whatever happened to him, but I'm sure something caught up to him because that was really terrible. Most businesses are nothing like that. That was a very extreme story. So I hope that this little bit about automation and ethics and that it still needs maintenance gave you a little bit of something today. Stay tuned for the next video. We'll keep having more founders, more business interviews coming up with other great businesses and other great secrets of marketing and creative strategy. And I will see you soon on the next
one. Looking to grow and stand out online. You found the agency that's truly divine. From reels to podcast strategy to flair, Amelia Media takes you there. We create, we coach, we craft with care. Content that clicks with vision to spare. More than a brand is where you shine. Your voice, your vibe, perfectly aligned. Amelia Media, home of the creative agency and studio. Find your vision, make your mark, brighten your path, ignite the spark. She's got the vision, she's got the tools. Amelia Media, creating the new you.